take a look at these small organisms swimming and moving around freely. These are planktons. And fishes love to eat them. You can say these planktons are tasty treats for them. Fishes eat them and grow bigger. Then comes the time when these fishes are eaten, sometimes by the bigger fish, sometimes by some birds or other animals, or even by us humans. We catch them and make really special dishes, like the famous Machir Jhol of Bengal and Odisha, or Chepla Pulusu of Telangana and Andhra. Now I'd like to ask you something. Would you have gotten your tasty fish if there had been no planktons, no water in the pond, and no sunlight? The answer is no. All of the things you see now, whether they are living things like planktons, fishes, birds, animals, or us humans, need each other. Along with that, we also depend upon and interact with non-living things like water, soil, and sunlight. All of us are, in a way, part of a connected system. This connected system is called an ecosystem. The ecosystem that you saw before is very small when you compare it to all the other ecosystems that are out there. You can have ecosystems that are as big as this Jaipur forest in Assam, or this ecosystem along the Ganga river in the state of Ganga. All of these different ecosystems are made up mostly of two types of things: the living things, which we call biotic parts, and the parts that are non-living or abiotic. Let's take a look at this ecosystem. Take a break from the video and try to write down all of the biotic and abiotic components. Count how many you can name. Okay, now I'll also start counting and you match your findings with mine. Write down the things that you might have missed. Let us see what we have here. Let us start with biotic components. Now let us move on to abiotic components. We have. I hope you have got them all. Now you know all about biotic and abiotic components. Let us now see how they interact with each other. Let us again use this ecosystem. We have biotic or living components like plants that use abiotic components like sunlight to make their own food. After a while, this plant becomes food for the animals who eat it. We call them herbivores. These herbivores can be eaten by carnivore animals like this lion or tiger, which only eat the flesh of other animals. This eating of one living organism by another organism is called a food chain. Now suppose there were no plants in this food chain. There would be no way to get food or energy. This ecosystem would just fall apart, right? Food production starts from these plants. They are the only living things that do this. And because of this reason, we call them producers. All of the other living things rely on plants or other living things for food or energy in some way or another, and hence they are called consumers. The dependency of one member of the ecosystem on the other member of the ecosystem makes up the food chain. Here we have three living or biotic factors: grass, lion, and zebra. Let us see who eats who. Let us start with grass. Grass, as you will remember, is the producer. They make their own food. Grass is eaten by zebras. Hence, zebras get their energy from the grass, as grass is their food. The zebra is then eaten by the lion, and the lion gets energy from the zebra, as the zebra becomes food for the lion. You can also try making new food chains. Look around at all the living organisms around you and try to make your own food chain. Show it to your friends too. and see what they have made.